Are you thinking about selling your house? Maybe right now, maybe down the line, maybe a few years from now, and you just want to have some tips? Here's the 3 tips that help you be able to prepare your house to be able to get the most amount of money in the shortest amount of time, no matter what market you're in. Tip number 1, get a home inspection. Yes, I said it. It's going to cost you a couple $100. Get a home inspection. Here's why you need to get a home inspection. First and foremost, whatever buyer puts an offer on your house and you accept it, legally, that lender is not going to close on your home to be able to sell your house until they get a home inspection done. During that home inspection, now you get one chance to be able to see all the things that you may or may not need to fix. Because if you get a home inspection, you can know ahead of time some of the things you can do now to the house rather than let the buyer use it as leverage and say, well, I want you to fix this, this, and this, or give me closing credits. So again, this comes down to you at the end of the day, but getting a home inspection is well worth the investment in the beginning. So you know what work you need to do to your property. Now, if you have a property that's newly rehabbed, maybe you've only been in there for 1 or 2 years and you're selling, then you might not need as much work as you think. But if you had that house for more than 5 years, I promise you there are things that even though you were okay with it in that condition, the average buyer is not going to like it. So at least know ahead of time to get a home inspection to know what you may or may not need to do. Also, when you do put it on the market, that's an extra piece of a selling tool that an agent can use now when they're talking to buyer agents and talking to other buyers in the neighborhood about your property. Hey, this home is not only in great condition, we actually had a home inspection done prior to it as well that we can provide you with. You may decide to do it, you may decide not to. Depends up to you at the end of the day. Depends on the market that you're in. But at the end of the day, you need to get a home inspection as a seller so you know exactly what you can knock out now and what some things that a buyer may want you to fix down the road so you can already prepare for it. Tip number 2, declutter your house. If you're trying to put your home on the market and you're trying to prepare it to get on the market soon, declutter your house. Start looking at things that you can pack in boxes, and maybe you can start putting in a storage bin right now. Or maybe you got a family member that you can pay a little money monthly to be able to put your extra boxes or things in their basement. Whatever you can do, but declutter that house. Presentation is everything for a buyer. First impressions are everything for a buyer. You might be saying, well, that stuff is not going to be there when I pack up and move. It doesn't matter. Everything is visual and emotional for a buyer. The name of the game is get as many buyer eyeballs as possible on your property compared to all the other ones that they can choose from. So if you have so many other things, you might not even be giving that buyer a chance to visualize exactly how that house can look for them. Because you have the house designed how it worked for you. But now you're trying to sell a house. It's not about you anymore. It's about the presentation so buyers can be wanting to take a look at the house. So they can maybe want to put an offer in on the house. So declutter your house. Tip number 3, what is the current interior condition of your property? Now, this might be a hard one to swallow for a lot of people. But what is the interior condition of your property right now? Is your property in the condition that somebody can move in right away? And if not, then what can you do to fix that? This kind of ties in a little bit with tip number 1 about helping with a home inspection, because it helps you as well to be able to fix things. But now, what interior condition is your property? Also, what does the interior condition of your property look like compared to the competition out there in the marketplace? At the end of the day, before they close on that home, that buyer's lender is going to get an appraisal. And that appraisal is going to look at recently sold comps very similar to your property. So if all the homes very similar to yours sold for $150,000, but they all have granite countertops, stainless steel appliances, brand new hardwood floors, if they have so many more upgrades than yours, it won't appraise out at that number. It's going to appraise out a lot less. And now you've done all that work to get 2 weeks away from closing to find out it won't appraise out. So know ahead of time. Are all the sold comparables in your area for $150 with the same condition as yours? If not, then you already know from the beginning you're going to have to price yours a lot less unless you're willing to invest the money to get it in that condition. Because again, at the end of the day, it's about what your house looks like compared to the other houses in the marketplace. You just see it as just your house because you're emotionally tied to it. You've been in that house. You have memories with it. You have family situations in that house. But at the end of the day, when you're preparing to put it on the market, take all emotions out of it. You may think it's the best house in the world, but if there's 4 or 5 other homes with better interior condition for a little bit more, or maybe same price as the one you're trying to list it for, the buyers are going to go to theirs at the end of the day. Remember, when you're trying to sell a property, you're trying to get the most amount of money. For buyers, they're trying to pay the least amount of money and get the most value at the same time. So again, it ain't about what I want. It ain't about what you want. It's about what the market says. And if the market says buyers like this, this, and this, then you either decide that this is what you need to do to get the top dollar, or now you have a different conversation of pricing it a little bit less if you don't have the time or money to invest into that. So these are the 3 tips, again, if you are looking to be able to sell. Home inspection, declutter your house, and third but not least, what is your current interior condition?